Okay, so we will look at the function of two variable. Okay, so we just focus on 1.1, which is function of two variable. Okay, so just look at that one. Okay, we look at the graph of the function in 3D coordinate system, and we look at what is 3D coordinate system, and also we look at the common surface. Okay, so how I want to get the common surface? Basically, we need to have the we need to sketch the trace and also sketch the level curve. Okay, so for common surface, we will have four type of surface that we will look at into this topic. Okay, which is plane surface, okay, and sphere surface. We will look at also the cylindrical surface and also quadrate surface. Okay, so we'll focus on these four surfaces and how we want to sketch, all right, for in 3D. Okay, so for function of two variable, okay, so basically we have the graph of function z equal to fxy. Okay, so the graph of z is basically is a point of x, y, and z in 3D. Okay, even though we have these two variable x and y. Okay, so basically the point on the 3D is the x, y, and z. Okay, where we can say is basically is x, y, and also the output fx, y. Okay, in the three-dimensional system. Okay, where x and y of course lies in the domain. Okay, so if you still remember in the previous part, okay, we look at already the domain. Okay, so if we have fxy, okay, so this case the domain is in term of x and y. Okay, in term of independent variable. Okay, where the z is the dependent variable. Okay, so z is depends on the y and x. Okay, so if we have the 3D, the domain will be 2D. Okay, all right. Okay, so graph of z equal to fxy is called surface in 3D, or we call it as surface, or r cube here. That is the notation for the graph. Okay, it's called surface. Okay, so this is the domain. Okay, so we have here the domain A, B. Okay, so it's project to a surface here. Okay, A, B, F, A, B. Okay, alright, so let's say how we want to sketch a graph of a point of like 1, 2, 3, for example. Okay, where 1 is referred to the x, 2 is referred to the y, 3 is referred to the z. Okay, so first of course we need to have this axis. Okay, so we have the axis here. Okay, so this is the standard axis, z, y, and x. Okay, so this is standard form. Okay, so we also can sketch if, let's say, if you want to use the different the different axis. For example, let's say we like to have x here, and then we have y here, and we have z here, also can. Okay, doesn't matter. Or let's say you want to have like a different one. Okay, so for example, here is y, here is x, here is z, also can. Okay, so it's up to you. Okay, but the y, x, and z here is the standard form. Okay, for the 3D space. Okay, so now how we want to sketch the 1, 2, and 3 here? Okay, so let's say we have here. Okay, so basically we know that this is 3D. Okay, so this one is referred to our x. Okay, so let's say here is 1. Okay, so this is a line. Okay, alright, and then this is referred to the y. Okay, so we have y axis, so let's say it's y 1 2 here. Okay, so 1 2, so it can be here. Alright, now we have we have z here. Okay, so let's say it's 1 2 and 3 here. Okay, so basically the point here will be, okay, so it's on the surface at the 3 here lah. Okay, it's up until 3 here. Okay, so it will be the point 1 2 3 is at the surface. Okay, 1 and 2 is at the y and axis only. Okay, so 1 2 3 here is 1 2 3 is at the surface. Okay, alright. Okay, so now, alright, what we doing just now is the 3D coordinate system. Okay, so we already sketch the point of x, here, and the point of y, and then we project it into the surface, which is x, y, z. Okay, so that one is 3D coordinate system. So now I want to look at the coordinate planes. Okay, so what is coordinate planes? Okay, so we have 3 planes here. Okay, so the first one here is the floor, which is z equal to 0 plane, we call it. Okay, so by considering this is our y-axis, this is our x-axis, and this is our z-axis. Okay, so coordinate planes we have 3. Okay, which is z equal to 0 plane. Okay, alright, or we call it as x, y plane. Okay, because all the point here, okay, is lies on the y and x-axis, and the value of z is 0. Okay, alright, basically it is on the floor. Okay, you can imagine we are in the room and then it is on the floor. Okay, so this one here we call it as a front wall. Okay, so considering like you are in the lecture hall. Okay, so you have whiteboard here, for example. Okay, so you consider that one is a front wall. Okay, and we call it as, this one is between y and z axis. Okay, so we call it as yz plane, or x is equal to 0 plane. Okay, because all the value, okay, on this plane for x is 0. Okay, alright, how about this one here? Okay, so this one we call it as a side plane, or for example, if in the classroom we have a window, right? We have a window here. Okay, so we call it as a side wall. Okay, on the left. Okay, and we call this one also as a y equal to 0 plane. Okay, why? Because it is the value of y here is 0. Or we call it as xz plane. Okay, so this is what we call it as coordinate planes. Okay, so considering that y-axis here, x-axis here, and z-axis here, so we know we have the floor. Okay, we have the front wall, and also we have the side wall. Okay, alright. Okay, so so this one we do it in 3D coordinate system. Okay, so we know that this is z equal to 0 plane. Okay, so we also have a line, right? But this one we considering in 3D, so that's why z equal to 0, x equal to 0, y equal to 0 is a plane, not a line in the 2D system. Okay, so in 3D system, z equal to 0, x equal to 0, y equal to 0 is a plane. Okay, you need to differentiate, okay, between a line and a plane. So if we're talking about the 3D coordinate system, coordinate planes, okay, if we're talking about coordinate planes, x equal to 0, y equal to 0, and z equal to 0 is a plane. Okay, but if we talking about the x and y axis only into the coordinate system, it's referred to a line. Okay, alright. Okay, so in this 3D coordinate system, we have 8 octants. Okay, so in 2D, we only have 4 quadrants. Okay, so if we have x and y, okay, so we have 4 quadrants, which is first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. Okay, but in the 3D coordinate system, okay, we have 8 octants. Okay, so let's look at the first octant here. Okay, so the first octant here is basically the value for the x is positive, the value of y also positive, and the value of z also positive. Okay, for the octant 2, okay, we will look at here, the x is negative, right? Y is positive, and z also positive. Okay, that one is for octant 2. Okay, for octant 3, how about octant 3? So we look at here, okay, the x is negative, right? Because it's at the back here. Okay, how about the y? Y also negative. Okay, how about z? Z here is positive. Okay, so octant 4. Octant 4, we have x is positive. It is in front here. X is positive. How about y? Y is at the back there. Y is negative. And how about the value for the z? Z is also positive. Okay, alright. So the next one, for the octant 5 here. Okay, so look at that one. What is the value for x? Okay, so x is down here. So x is, sorry, x is in front here. Sorry, again. Okay, x is in front, so x is positive. Y also positive, got in front here. How about the z? Z is down here, so meaning that the z is negative. Okay, so octant 6 here. Okay, x is negative because at the back. Okay, and then y positive. Okay, z down here negative. Okay, and then for octant 7. Okay, so we have x at the back negative, y also negative, z also negative. Okay, and lastly, the octant 8, we have the x positive, y negative, z negative. Okay, so you should know this octant for the 3D coordinate system. Okay, alright, so now we want to look at the common surface. Okay, so how we want to sketch this common surface? Okay, so we will consider this 4 type of common surface, which is plane surface. Okay, plane surface means like it's a flat, or we can call it as a flat surface. Okay, it's same like macam a paper. What else? Flat surface on the table, right? Okay, how about sphere surface? Okay, so we have a ball. Okay, and how about cylindrical surface? Okay, so considering we have the cylinder. Okay, so that one is cylindrical surface. Okay, and then we have a quadrate surface. Okay, so all this basically we call it as a flat surface, and for all these three is basically is curvy surface. Okay, so we have two types, flat surface and curvy surface.